What's the actual origin? Were you guys trying to be like a better airflow out of the gate?
We are truly fully dynamic. You do not have to pre-register a DAG. So you can take essentially any Python script, add decorators to various functions, and as you call them, the DAG structure, Prefect will learn at runtime. Both Jeremiah and I came from machine learning and data science. And so using Airflow as like an outer orchestration loop to move data around, maybe to trigger a job after some data has been refreshed, Airflow was fine for that. But when we wanted to take some of that orchestration and like state aware orchestration into data science experimentation, Airflow could not and still cannot handle that sort of scale. Prefect's true first motivation was to take like the state semantics that data engineers were gravitating towards that were really, really useful and bring those into data science and machine learning workflows in a way that allowed both data engineers and data scientists to use this one common tool.
Do you remember Prefect's first customer?
Oh yeah. Cisco was actually Prefect's first customer. And I remember they were really heavy Dask users. And so their team just like really needed some orchestration on top of their Dask workflows. And we were in the middle of building Prefect Cloud. They're just like, we want it no matter what, no matter how beta it is. And so we went to their offices, we gave them demos just to make sure that it like at least did enough of what they needed at that time. And they were the first ones onboarded. So we didn't even have like smaller customers at the time because we were still literally in the middle of building it.
When I think about where did Prefect come from, it wasn't like, hey, let's build a better Airflow. It was like realizing that the developer experience of doing ML and data science with existing tools just felt goofy. It's honestly like, it just seems a little harder than it should be, and it doesn't feel particularly Pythonic. And so there's always a temptation of like, in order to make this usable for us, we end up reinventing a developer experience.
In data science, I feel like failure is even more first class than in data engineering. And what I mean by that is just like workers die all the time, network blips happen, memory runs out randomly. And so you just need like much more aggressive retry semantics at a very granular level. And so like you literally just could not even force Airflow to retry at that level. And so that was one of the seemingly simple but actually really hard things that we cared about. And with Airflow, because all of the scripts have to be executed by the scheduler, you really feel that, where if you put any amount of business logic there, like you have all sorts of failure modes that you're introducing. And in Prefect, we kind of decoupled that into two different layers. And so there's the centralized metadata server, let's call it, that has the scheduler, and that knows how to schedule jobs. But the jobs themselves, which have the business logic, can also have a thinner inner loop of orchestration associated with them. So that's where like a retry or a cache policy and things like that come in. And Prefect can handle that no problem.